Welcome back everyone. On today's video we're going to see how to do a tune-up, which is changing the spark plugs and the coils and basically the ignition system for a 2018 Nissan Rogue. This applies for anything about 2013 all the way to 2020. I'm dealing with the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine, and if it doesn't look like this, you're probably going to be dealing with a different procedure. If your engine in your Altima or Rogue looks like this, then then you can follow these steps and get the tune-up yourself and probably save $500 instead of going to the dealer, by doing it yourself. Let's get started. Parts for these: we need 4 spark plugs. OEM is the NGK iridium plugs, and it's better to go with OEM rather than try to take your chances on something else. Getting this brand coils, 4 coils. I've used them before, not OEM but still plenty good. And also 14mm spark plug sockets. These are magnetic. I'll put the link in the description as well. Okay, the first step is to take this whole plastic box out. It's tied to the air intake over there. So first thing we do is this thing just pops up. Pull, done. Second is take this clamp off, and we're already working on taking that clamp off. So first step, as you can see, the 4 spark plug coils are here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. One is underneath here, so this needs to come off. In order for this to come off, we need to take off this clamp right here. So let's start with that. Okay, clamp is out. Pull it back, wiggle it a little. Another hose to disconnect is this one, smaller. So let's take this off, and then we'll wiggle and pull that. There you go. There's directly underneath here, there is a very similar push thing like this one. So you can just yank it out like that. Twist and pull. There you go. You got it. So the whole thing comes off. It was a pain. Basically, this was catching onto this hole, and 2 of those rubber bushings. As soon as you take these 2 off, disconnecting this hose, and that whole thing comes off. Now, as you can see, all the 4 coils are directly visible, and from this point on, it's a standard spark plug change procedure. 10mm bolts, 4 of them holding the coil. So let's just take that off. Just a little tab, push down, and all right, we're using a 14mm, that magnetic socket with the extension. Pretty tight. There you go. Looks pretty darn good. A little bit of white residue right on the iridium tip, but overall, other than a little rust here. So one plug is out. We just have to put the new one in. So the idea is to do one at a time, so we don't mess with interchanging wires or anything. Don't think that'll be the case because wires are clearly tucked down here. It's just a good practice to just do one at a time. So here's the new spark plug going in. Pretty much the same OEM. All right, a little tight, and then snug it. Don't overdo it. All right, we got the new coil. Here's the old coil just for comparison. 3 pins. Boot length is about the same. Looks identical, so I believe it's good to go. All right, let's put that in. Get a good click and line it up with that 10mm screw.
I will tighten that up when I'm done. Just nestle that in there so we don't lose it.
How does that look? That looks pretty good. Exactly similar scenario as the other one with the little white tip, but gapping seems to be fine. By the way, this car has about 60,000 miles, so this is about when they recommend to do a tune-up, but I believe it can go longer based on how the spark plug looks, but it's just a good maintenance to change all this at this point. Alright, put the new spark plug in, and the torque spec, I believe, is between 10 to 15 foot-pounds. So basically, you know, snug it tight and don't over tight. And the gapping for the spark plug is basically 1.1 millimeter or 0.044 inches. Right, let's put the boot in there. The 4 cylinders, you know, all 3 spark plugs looked pretty darn good. Let's inspect the 4th one. Every single spark plug pretty much looked about the same. They're not looking bad. They could go for another 40,000. If I need to do this at 100,000 miles, it should have been just fine. But the car has 60,000 miles, and I would like to just change it and see if it shows any improvement in any of the minute misfires and gas mileage. We'll see. Okay. That is the end of all replacement spark plugs, and for new coils, just check, wiggle a little, make sure they're all seated properly, make sure these wiring harnesses are clicked in place and none of them are loose. And once that's done, we can put back that air box, and we have to make sure that this hose is connected as well as this hose is connected, and then this hole and this hole gets that rubber boot pushed in. Looks like job well done at this point. The box is secure, both the hoses are secure, all 4 spark plug changed, all 4 coils changed. That is it for this tune-up. Just follow me on the channel. We'll do more stuff to the car as a regular maintenance, and you can keep up as well. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.